Beautiful night, even though it didn't rain. Still gonna party here. Just kicking it, rocking it. Hey, Instant Karma, how you doing? Was waiting on thunderstorms all day today, and they went northeast of here. But I'm still partying. Been listening to classical music all day. Going to the symphony Saturday. Just partying. Oh, good. Yeah. Mark's a good guy. What are you up to? Still beautiful out though. Had a good day today, fooling around here. There's my obsessive compulsive Mozart complete sets. Oh, watching hockey? Yeah, I never got into hockey. Shouldn't be having these streaks on this camera though. So Connie Catan dead. Man, you just never know how it's going to end for you, do you? Yeah, we were supposed to, but it changes a lot. Yeah, I got all this stuff cheap, and I mean, what I do on those Mozarts, I find them where they're missing pieces, and I assemble them together. And the other ones, I bought all those cheap, man. I buy whole collections from people, 20 cents a piece comes out to be. Now I do have maybe 100 of like top-notch great shit, but even that stuff's cheap. I mean, classical music in the United States is like not doing too hot. It's not going to keep me from going seeing it though Saturday night. Yeah, those sets are fantastic, man. Why they don't bring more money is a mystery to me. If you're in Asia or anywhere in Europe, I mean, there's lines for everybody, man. I mean, it's appreciated. I mean, I just got lucky getting into this, and better late than never. Are you into classical music at all? I'm organizing my books a little better too. Man, I'll tell you, I wasn't into like listening to music my whole damn life, and then I was just fucking around YouTube one night, and I saw Peggy Lee singing "Empty Glass." And I thought, God, I have never heard sound like that. Then one thing led to another, and I got looking around, and here I am. Those speakers were $22,000 15 years ago. Just the speakers. I bought all that shit. It's a good amp too. That amp was, I think, 17,000 new. The one on the bottom. It's a new CD player, a relatively new preamp. I got all this shit for 9 grand. It's worth every fucking dime. I bet I've listened to 400 hours of music in 2 weeks. And in the daytime, like when I'm well rested and not drinking, I listen to pure classical. In the nighttime, when I starting to get high, yeah, it's so killer. Listen to this shit. Listen to this. Listen to every individual instrument. It's so clear, man. I was listening to these damn whales making noise. I never thought, up until this stuff, I listened to everything on a $15 Walmart CD player. Well, that's a good question you asked me about those speakers. I can tell you this. When these speakers came out 15 years ago, they were $14,000. They're NOAA micro grand reference speakers. They actually appreciated at $22,000. And this pair was on eBay. I mean, I went from nothing to owning this stuff just 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I heard that really kick-ass music on, I'm getting older, man, and my life's not going to change much. And I thought, man, I had never heard sound like that. So I started communicating with the guy. Long story short, I ended up making a good friend. He came over here and set this stuff up for me. I bought it from a guy in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I ended up paying 9 grand for it. The way it was tabulated at the end is the speakers were 4,300 with the stand. Those stands are on plinths, they call them. They sit on a flat plate on ball bearings. They're all machined engineering, so resonance doesn't transfer. So I paid 4,300 for them. And I've looked my ass off to find another pair that sold recently, or a pair for sale now, and I couldn't find any anywhere. So I think I got a good deal. I guess I did, Oh, do you really? 901? Yeah, I looked at those, actually. I was all set to spend about $1,200. I was looking at some Kefs. I had a guy in Atlanta I was going to buy a thing off of. I don't know jack shit about this stuff. And he kept fucking me around. He seemed like kind of a dick, so I just, didn't follow through on him. And it just, things like, either go to hell or work out for you. And this just worked out for me because I'm not even a big, music buff. But, man, when I'm listening to this kind of shit, man, especially classical music, piano, which I just got into a couple years ago, and stuff like this, man, today I've been listening to music CDs for 16 hours. Yeah. I go to all the symphonies here. I constantly read about music. I bought a piano. I practice myself. So I'm lucky I, just got into it. I got lucky. It's like anything in life, right? You can good things or bad. Here's another example. So, I built this house on kind of a whim. I was living at the other house, and I just built this kind of fast and was depressed at the time and didn't spend a lot of time to detail. So when I built these fucking rooms, they had these French doors put on the back, right? Well, you couldn't really fit a queen-size bed in this room. Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm a total loner. So, but I plan on having people visit. And I thought, man, what the fuck are you doing? Nobody ever visits you. So I just thought, well, I'll make it a music room. Well, now there's a music room, I can open these doors. So it's just funny how things either go your way or they don't. And this is a perfect example of it. I mean, I never thought in a million years, man. Like I said, I was playing all my music on a $15 Walmart CD player. And then when I heard this kind of stuff, On YouTube, Peggy Lee, Empty Glass. You can look it up. They have a Arcan speakers, and I thought, my God, I can't. Matter of fact, I'll play that. I don't know if I have that setting out right here. Just the sound of this shit, man. It's like I never heard music like that. I don't know where I have it. If I put that up or not. I don't know if I could find it now. But it was so damn like good, you know. Wish I had it down here. I'd play it to you. I thought it was just so clear and like the instruments. Like fuck me, man. I would never thought in a million years I'd have spent this on this kind of shit. Which is, as it turns out, cheap. I think I got out of it pretty cheap. I don't know where that is, to be honest with you. Could have it up here, I guess. Listened to Marvin Gaye earlier. I don't have my rock organized too good. I got my classical on the way, but when we play it for you, I thought it was just so great. Can't find this motherfucker. Sorry about that. Look down here. Should be laying on a shelf. I keep switching it around because I always have I got big stacks of it in the garage too. What the fuck is that, man? I'd like to play it for you. I got a bunch of music I'm going to give away too because there's some, I just really can't get into opera to tell you the truth. I'm going to give all that. I got a bunch of shit I'm going to give it away. If you're into music, I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know where the hell that's at. I thought they had the motherfucker up here. Yeah, Marvin Gaye was great. Well, I'm trying to get him in order, but god damn, it ain't easy. At least for me. I used to be super anal about everything. Now, fuck. I fucking hunt for the toothpaste. What the fuck is that motherfucker? I think I probably heard it when I played it before. Should be... I didn't... Oh, here it is. I'll tell you. I bet I'll play it. I bet I'll know where it's at now. Let me see. Joni Mitchell, Sarah McLachlan. That motherfucker ought to be right around in here. Peggy Lee right here. Listen to this damn shit. And I'm not even into this kind of music. I mean, I swear to God, especially if I'm drinking like I am now, I fucking feel like crying. It's so beautiful. I'm not fucking bullshitting you. Hold on 1 second. Let me set this down. It's so emotional to me. Part of it's being fucking nuts too, which I'll admit to. You're not gonna believe how good this fucking shit sounds. Listen to this, man. I mean, swear to God, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm not fucking shitting you. Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy nice, but it's the fucking best one I'll ever own. Got all this remote control shit. All these cool ball bearing fucking... I mean, $9,000. What the fuck are you gonna buy with that? You know? I think this is number 18. You're supposed to turn the volume down on this whenever you play anything. Hold on. Let me click this forward. Listen how good this shit is. I don't even like this old music, but this fucking song I did was so fucking good. Hang on a sec. This is what hooked me on this. Why I bought this. Exactly this. Exactly what did it. One song. And I'm not, like I said, I don't even listen to this music. I do now, though. I should have just I think it's 18. It's so fucking clear. There's a million songs on this CD. Sorry. Yeah, sorry it's taking so long. This is it right here. Listen to this shit. I could not believe it. Listen to this. Listen to the instruments.
Close the door and pour the wine. Fill your glass, but don't fill mine. Here's to you now for the last time. Here's to me your sometime pastime. Here's to love, an empty glass. Feeling low, but it will
listen to the instruments. Classical guitar.
With some coffee, demitasse. Black and strong and very bitter. I can think of nothing fitter for a lover, second class.
Great song too. Isn't it killer?
Inside, I guess I knew you were too good to be true. Still it rocked me.
Okay, Callie.
To discover you would kiss and run for cover when I started loving you.
Sounds so good.
Could have made it last. Say goodbye and say it fast. Here's to you now for the last time. Here's to me or sometime past time. Here's to love an empty glass.
Yeah, it sounds so beautiful. I'm going to see the Symphonic Dances, the Symphony Saturday. Just Opus 45. It's going to be so like killer. I didn't know anything about this stuff. I had this happen to me. I had this happen to me with wine. I had it happen to me with cheddar cheese. I had it happen to me with aged prime steaks. And a couple other things. I got a ride in a plane one time. And I thought to myself, man, I can't believe you can like see like this. Yeah, I waited all day for these storms. I'm a big weather nut anyway. And they all went northeast of here. Now, I may get one at 3 a.m. I've been staying up all night. And it should get some in the morning, but you can't count on it. Yeah, I don't want good weather. I want like rainy storms. I had all my cameras ready. I just went and turned them all off a couple hours ago. Yeah, it is. But you could have never convinced me in that. I mean, I had a couple $100 stereos. I thought that was it. I don't even listen to music when I'm driving. I'm always like thinking about shit. Yeah, I love thunderstorms. We get some beautiful ones here. If you look at Crawfordville, Georgia, it's like just slightly southeast of 90 miles of Atlanta. And most of the weather we get comes right across from Birmingham. But it all went up towards Athens, about 33 miles north. When I first got my pilot's license, for the first 5 years, I had more nighttime than daytime. It was going out and was like looking for like crappy weather. Not where you're going to kill yourself, but I wanted to see like lightning and stuff. Yeah, I track everything: humidity, temperature, moisture content, ambient wind, highs, lows. Fucking lunatic. Hey, Christine. I've always had an interest in weather. I love like blizzards and stuff like that. I love we get some killer rainstorms down here. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, so it was still a good day today. I was just a little disappointed that I didn't get the storms, but what are you going to do? Just like sit and read and fuck around all night. No, we haven't had any of the humidity yet. That's the only downside here in the summer. No, humidity's been low. I'll bet right now it's like not bad. If it's high humidity here, like it is during most of the summer, you couldn't have this door open. Actually, the reason that I have this French door open is because I had my best sensitive recording equipment, cameras and audio, like when I do, the frogs and all that stuff. And I don't want the air conditioner kicking on while I'm recording, so I turned it off. And it just happens to be where the weather's good enough to have the doors open. But if it was like a typical hot, humid Georgia day, you couldn't stand it like this. You'd be like sweating your ass off in an hour. So I'm lucky now. I got my window open in my bedroom too, and I'll get away with that for who knows how long, another month maybe. You never know. I forget what state you live in. And so where do you live? Kitty's been great. I gotta take him to the vet though, man. They've been fucking me around on making an appointment for me. First of all, he's got a missing tooth, and that infection just does not seem to go away for some reason. The meter reader here, who I know, I give her all sorts of shit. She's a single mom without much money that works at a beer store, and she saw him checking the meters about a week ago. She said she knew it was him because she saw that wound on his shoulder and recognized his markings. So he's got a girlfriend over at the state park, which is about 5 miles from here. Oh, you live up in Michigan? Oh, okay. Boy, I heard from a guy, that I knew through the old interviewing days the other day, and that they redid that whole Michigan Avenue stroll. Hardly ever see like working girls, and they're sticking a lot of money into it. I wish the best for Detroit. I really do, but I'm no expert or anything, but I read a lot about stuff, and I don't think I'd be investing any money down there. Yeah, it's a super good cat. Yeah, Van Morrison. They say he's one of the biggest assholes you'll ever meet in your life, though. It's funny because he does like, I know of instances where he's donated money to people, but they say he's like impossible to work with. Oh, yeah, you guys got. I probably wouldn't have left Michigan if the winters would have stayed like the one you got this last year. For some reason, I, still check Michigan out a lot on webcams, particularly Mackinac Island. I follow it all winter long. And I used to have these romantic ideas about living on Mackinac Island or going up there for a week in the winter, but I don't anymore. That fucking place sucks. They got a police car that patrols that island, construction equipment, garbage truck, all sorts of shit. That doesn't make it a scam, but it isn't some place where people have just thumbed their nose at modern transportation. Yeah, Chevy Chase is like that too. So is Barbara Streisand and Helen Hunt. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Those were some, I'm telling you, man, that was in the top 20 of my life. Those were some good old days. Those were super experiences that I'll never be able to replace. I'll have different experiences, but not like that, man. That's as good as it gets. Just going out and doing something for the pure interest of doing it. And it's all different now. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I've been You mean Sanford down around there? Yeah, I've been following that too. I know some people that just bought a house down there at what's it, Frankfurt, Fruitport, Freeland. Yeah, I mean it's okay down there. I think. I mean the prices of houses now are just fucking insane, man. Just nuts. It really is, man. I mean, I got lucky in my life on this property bullshit. I mean, I'm not really a good investor, or like a hard worker, none of that shit. It's just shit went my way. I mean, almost everybody I know, they didn't do as well as I did in real estate, and they were like 10 times more informed. Just shit luck. Oh yeah, I've been on Mackinac Bridge. I've been across that a million times. I bet I flew people up to Mackinac Island and dropped them off 1,000 times over a 25-year period. It's just a fun place to fly to. And yeah, I love bridges, and I did a lot of photography and videography underneath the Mackinac Bridge. I really miss, like, I like when nobody's around, like vacation places when nobody's around, and I really miss like those January and December times where the the water was starting to freeze on the pillars of the bridge and nobody was around. It was dark and only thing open was gas stations. Same with Detroit. Now it's all brand new shit, 5-star restaurants, new streets. Fuck that. No, those were good ass days for me, man. They really were. Hey Mike, how you doing? Hey, I got that book around. Yeah, I got a new stereo. I got about I'm looking for that book. It's around on a shelf. I just haven't found it, but it's in the room. Yeah, I bought this. As I was saying earlier, I always listen to music on a $15 Walmart player. Long story short, heard actually it's Peggy Lee singing a song, "Empty Glass." It's on YouTube. I thought, my God, I've never heard stereo sound like that. And honestly, the way I look at it, I mean, I don't have that much life left, which I'm happy for, man. Don't take it as a overture of sadness, man. I've had a good life. You don't live forever. I thought, fuck it, man. So I got checking around and saw these on eBay, and they wanted like 6 grand for them just for the speakers. And then I made a good friend out of that too. I talked to this guy still, the guy I bought them from. He came over here and set them up for me a couple weeks ago. So those are Nolo micro grand reference speakers. They retailed at 14 grand when they came out, and then they went up to 22,000. You can still buy them new. I think they're 24,000. And then he set me up with a good amp, preamp, and a CD player. I paid 9 grand for all of it. Those stands, those are made out of rosewood. Those stands are all ball bearing engineered so the vibration doesn't transfer. Super good amp, the big one on the bottom. Middle of the road CD player in the middle, and a middle of the road preamp on top. Yeah, so I got lucky. This shit, if you went out and bought this all brand new, I think it's like 41,000 or some shit. Like those cables that run off the back of the speakers and stuff, they're like 500 each, shit like that. And it's just nuts. But it's like anything, boats, motorcycles, they depreciate over time. You can still buy these speakers. It's fucking insane price. Yeah, the rug's junk. I kept looking on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Lowe's and Home Depot, and I didn't want to wait any fucking more. So I bought $180 from fucking Lowe's. It's a shit rug. I wish I would have got a better one. But as it turns out, there's a lot to acoustics, and a bare concrete polished floor, polished concrete floors was just like the worst thing you could have. The walls were okay. The windows weren't bad. The books actually did a pretty good job at muffling sound, but just nothing on the floor. So I just kind of got tired of waiting and bought it. Same with this chair. $150. Bought it. And I looked my ass off for better chairs, actually. And I just couldn't find any. $150 for this chair. Yeah, I wonder how she's doing too. Yeah, actually, I built those shelves. I'm the laziest guy in the world. And I built those shelves, which fucking, believe it or not, took forever. They're 6 feet wide. Are they six? Are they more than that? Maybe 7 feet wide. 7 feet wide, 7 feet tall. I built those shelves. Made mistakes. I'll show you one I made. I didn't fucking know. I mean, CDs are heavy as it turns out. Right? Well, I just had so many of these goddamn things. I knew I had to put them somewhere. And when you look at you'll find one for sale and it holds 100 CDs. Fuck, I got 10,000 of them. But if you see on the top, you see on the second shelf, I thought that I'd be able to get away with these two boards going vertically. I couldn't. If you look here like this on the first shelf, all those CDs for 7 feet wide, it's heavy as hell. And that front of that shelf, even though it's supported in the back, it'll sag down enough. Even though I gave myself a half inch of playroom, it was hard getting the CD in there. At least I had sense enough when I was screwing it together to cut a 5.5 inch block of 2x4. So before I buckled them down, I made sure that it would fit. Now, I would have never guessed in a million years the front part of the shelf, after being anchored down that good, would be that heavy to where you couldn't even fit a fucking CD in there after giving yourself a half-inch leeway, but it happened. So that's why you'll see those in the middle some places. Yeah, well, I didn't want to do it honestly, but there was nothing else everything else was going to be 10 junky ass CD things that didn't match, so I just bought the boards. I didn't have to cut anything. And that was another consideration. I bolted them all together in the corners and then I screwed them together in the middle. I left a big section in the bottom, just flying by the seat of my pants. I mean, it's a simple, easy build. But even at that, lumber's crazy now. I think the lumber was still $240, and another $40 on, shit to bolt it together. So, but it's good enough, and it matches the other wood that I have. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in the past the greatest caretaker of my CDs, but I've gotten better at it. Yeah, I did it by myself, yeah, which, takes an act of Congress. But I would have much rather bought one. Took fucking forever. Like my garage, I'm still working on. Oh, books are crazy heavy. That's why I went with these top-notch, super heavy-duty mounts. The same width of every stud in the wall, because I knew how heavy these fuckers were. I know of 2 instances. I didn't know the people, but I knew people that did, that got killed by their fucking books. Fucking shelves collapsed over their bed and killed them. One was on a ventilator for about 2 months, and the other one it killed right away. Fucking A right. Books are heavy. Paper's heavy. When I was first taking flying lessons, my instructor got a job flying a Learjet, and I ended up getting to ride around with him quite a bit from like out to LA and stuff, and they transferred canceled checks between the Federal Reserves. Fucking checks. Paper's heavy, man. They just throw these bags of checks, and they had to get them to a Federal Reserve within like 3 days or something. It was a whole business. Now it's all digital imagery. But back then you had to have the physical check and it had to clear. And I learned back then, man, paper is super heavy, and books are crazy heavy too. Yeah. Yeah, big time. Now I haven't had any problem with these books. Now, I wouldn't say that I never worried, because the contractor, I had some problems with some of the things they did. And let me tell you, I put up some shelves myself since, and I've got every fucking stud finder they ever made, because who the hell wants a shelf coming down after you put it up? You got to fix the drywall. It can wreck shit, right? And those things, man, they're not perfect. I haven't had any shelf collapse, but I've just done it as good as I could, and so far so good, you know. Oh yeah, it'll fall over on you. Yeah, it'll super heavy. And I knew CDs, were heavy but not as heavy as they turned out to really be. Yeah, toddlers, that's exactly it, yep. Super heavy. There's a lot of weird shit like that. You know, I'm not like I don't like working on shit, but I do it down here because it's just such a pain to get it fixed. Uh, you know, I do all the stuff to the mower and which I hate. And just because of, you know, I just don't want to pay to have it done. It's too much property. So I do it. And sometimes I like it when everything's running great, but when everything's not, like I just had to put a battery in the other day, which was a fucking pain in the ass. That Lexus that I bought has been a pain in the fucking ass. I've only driven that thing about 3 times. Actually, I'm gonna have it towed to the guy that I bought it from next week. It's got some fucking sensor, and I got a crack in the suspension. I've had that at 3 places, and all of them had it about 3 weeks and didn't do a fucking thing. It's like, well, we looked at it. It's like, why didn't you tell me that earlier? So I'm gonna have it towed to the guy I bought it from. He's gonna get it fixed. I'm just gonna pay him. I'll get it back here, and then I'll start camping in it. Yeah, I got a 2000, what is it? A 2006 Lexus, totally rebuilt. The only thing that isn't redone is the transmission, which was okay because it was a Toyota. I paid 18 grand for it. It's got a shower, stove, refrigerator, 10 on the top. It's got about $16,000 in add-ons, leather seats. I mean, I drove it. It gets fucking horrendous gas mileage, 10 miles a gallon. I put about 1,500 miles on it. And then I had this sensor go off, and then I could hear it rattling. So, you know, like the stereo shit, so far so good. The Lexus thing, you know, I've kind of made friends with the guy I bought it from. I'm gonna have to force this fucker to pay him. He's a good guy, but I just haven't had like good luck. But you know, look, 18 grand I paid for a Lexus. It's a killer vehicle. I've got videos of it uploaded. Yeah, I could have not had these problems for about another 125 grand. If you went out and bought that brand new Lexus now and put all that shit on it, that's what it costs you. Fuck that. I got 18 grand in it. So, you know, I know when I buy shit like this, that was one of my biggest uh, questions when I bought these speakers. This company's still around. They're in New York. So in the very worst scenario, I mean, you'd be getting fucked. There's these special crates that these things come with, but at least I could get them fixed. Those are all custom woofers, tweeters, and none of it's off the shelf stuff. So I'm sure if one of them fucked up, I'd be crating the goddamn thing and insuring it for fucking 5 grand and shipping it to fucking New York City for 800 one way, but I'd be at least getting it fixed. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you another thing. Like I didn't know anything about stereos, right? Amps. I think that fucking amp's just some insane. That amp right down there. Audio Research. Look at it. Which one is that? They're 10 grand now. I think they were like 20 grand when they first came out. I think it's, what is it? A fucking, that's expensive. Fuck's a model number? 450 something. It matters a lot in the sound. You'd think you could just plug the motherfucker in. It's a DS450. Now the CD player and the preamp, no big deal. But the speakers and the amp, that's where the money's at and the stuff. Fucking crazy. Like I said, in these speakers, these are made out of rosewood, which is fucking cool looking. All these are on ball bearings. All these just sit on the top. It's all got this fine lacquer finish. I mean, they're fucking cool as hell. I don't think I'd ever got them cheaper. Here, let me put another song in. Yeah, I don't think I could have. Let's see here. I was listening to this battle scene. You know, soundtracks for like battle scenes. And it was actually pretty good. I got a big rap collection too, believe it or not. All the good rappers got killed. Nita Baker. God, I haven't heard that. I got a bunch of stuff. I don't even know how I ended up with, to tell you the truth. And I wasn't like really listening to any of this. I'll put some. Peggy Lee. I'll put some Marvin Gaye in for you. It's good. That's one thing that will strike your ass in a heartbeat on YouTube, Marvin Gaye. I don't know why, but they do. I'm sure I'll get a fucking strike here. I don't really give a fuck. You can get 3. He was a super entertainer. Yeah, Rosewood's beautiful. Yeah, it is. I want to turn this volume. It's these record companies that, which I don't blame them, but I'm not monetizing anything. Hey, Rennie Pink. Yeah, I know. You know, I didn't realize either. I was listening to some Roberta Flack tonight. And you know that song, The Closer I Get to You, with Donny Hathaway? I didn't know he had psychiatric problems and jumped out of a skyscraper in New York City and killed himself. I just looked him up to see if he was still alive. He was actually started out as a drummer, Marvin Gaye. Yeah, well, yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Own fucking dad kills you. But there's been a lot of murder-suicides lately. I see a nice family, and I think it was Houston, owned a nice restaurant. He just shot both his kids, his wife, and then killed himself. And the place seemed to be doing good, but you never fucking know what's going on. Yeah. You want to see mental illness or read about it, man. Classical music. Fuck, half these motherfuckers were in mental institutions. Yeah, great everything. Yeah, super talented guy. I mean, music just seems better back then. You know, like the clarity and... Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's true. Man, I just play the hell out of this stuff all day long. Can you tell it like is a clear sound? I mean, doesn't it sounds like too clear? So, I mean, I think I got lucky in the sense that I would have never got into like good audio equipment had this one like short window of time not presented itself. I mean, I was like budgeted like 1,500, and I'm not even like mad about it. Oh, I bet they did. Really, I have to look. Is it on YouTube? I mean, I really, I grew up there, and Detroit, even before like the good time I had doing the interviews, I wish the best for them. But if people think it's coming back to like it was during the good old days when the Big Three ruled, it's just not. Not just Detroit, any Rust Belt city. I'll tell you one thing, I bet you Dan Gilbert wished he had it to do all over again at building that skyscraper. Yeah, I got some Jim Croce. I've been listening the hell out of that. No, he was only, I think, 30 when he died. He's his son. None of these guys' sons ever turn out, but that's a big act to follow. Yeah. He converted to Judaism. He was actually a Catholic, married a Jewish woman. You hardly ever hear his songs played on the radio. One of the reasons is because they're too long. Oh, he did. Oh, that's cool. Do you actually live in Detroit, Instant Karma? Yeah, it's a good song. Well, listen, believe it or not, I've listened to Ambrosia a lot. Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, okay. You know, I'm from Flat Rock. You know, they've got some great cameras. One at the Ambassador Bridge that faces the Gordie Howe Bridge. And Windsor has a beautiful camera that plays classical music in the background of the Detroit River, looking at Detroit, which is just gorgeous. Oh, yeah, that's where I grew up, yeah. Shows you how life passes you by, you know. I mean, I grew up there. My mother was on the council, blah, blah, blah. I bet I don't know one person there anymore. I look up like the police departments and stuff. I don't know one person. The council, all the neighbors are died. My friends' parents. Crazy, man. No, it's not crazy. It's like it is for everybody else. You know, even as when I was young, I used to go out to the Metro Airport and watch the planes land. I really like planes, but you know, I didn't think I'd ever fly one. And I remember one time out after I got my license, I flew down to Detroit Metro Airport at night, and I did a touch and go, and I can remember like wanting to have a panic attack because I just couldn't believe I was doing it. Now, it doesn't. They normally do, but I don't have a record player. I don't have a streamer. All as I'm interested in playing is CDs. You know, as it turns out, and you probably know this, that anybody that's into music now, it's all streamed. Nobody's buying CDs and shit like I do, but you know, I'm just like a dying breed, which is why they're so cheap. I mean, all this shit is fucking cheap. I mean, I buy like 2,000 classical CD compilations from Estates. Comes out to like 15 cents a CD, big fucking deal. And then as I've gotten more refined in my interests, you know, I pay what I have to for like top-notch shit. I'll give you an example. Like I can remember when John Tesh, you know, the guy that was on TV, he wrote the music for the Olympics, and I remember thinking, God damn, man, fucking wrote the music for the Olympics. Fuck. You know, I couldn't even play a kazoo. And, you know, I've been into this pretty good for a couple years now, and I read a lot about it, and I listen to just tons. And I bought a John Tesh CD the other day just to like, you know, I want to hear this shit. And really, I could only get through about 5 minutes of it. It sounded like a high school kid composed it. So that just goes to show you, not criticizing John Tesh, but your ear becomes more refined. It's just like wine and cheese and aged steaks and all that shit. And as you go up the ladder and you learn more, you just have a different take on what you've experienced. Yeah. Well, records are analog, so it's never going to be as good. Yeah, smart, super talented guy. I mean, for sure. I think he was a big sax or trumpet player. He got a scholarship to some good school. Yes, multi-talented guy. Yeah, big time. No, I got tons of CDs. Are you into classical music at all, Instant Karma? Do you listen to it at all? Yeah, if I come up to when I come up, I am coming to Detroit. I'll give you a set of that. I'll give you a whole set of Mozart. It's really why I do it. Give away to friends of mine. That's where that obsessive compulsive fucking bullshit comes in. Assembling sets. That's what it is, but I don't mind because I give them to friends or people like somebody like me. They never heard classical music, and I said, "Hey, look, you listen. There's 170 CDs, and you just listen through them one by one, and you will find something that you really like." You know, and so it's worth it. You turn people on to, unless you come from educated parents or you got lucky or just like a genetic lottery winner, the likelihood of you like appreciating and understanding classical music is pretty fucking low. Unless, you were in a good school system or a very cultured background, you had an aunt that was very cultured. I got lucky on that too. No, that's why I do it. I actually get those for friends of mine because I want to introduce people. I want them to be like lucky like I've been and find something that you wouldn't expect you'd like so much. It's such great killer fucking music, man. I mean, these people. There was just a handful of them, and they've been long gone, and nobody's replaced them. You go to the symphonies; they're all playing the same old shit. That's because it was like, you know, like a Jesus moment of music. Oh, you do? See, I don't. Yeah, I never really. I didn't like messing around with. I don't like that sound of the needle and all the space they take, and so I'm glad I found a way around it. But like I said, young people now, they they want to stream, which makes sense. I mean, everything's on a push button. You don't have all this shit hanging on the wall. You pay $40 a month, and you got every song that was ever written. I mean, it makes sense. No, I know what you mean, though. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. There's an element of truth to that. Hey, Penny, how you doing? Yeah, there's an element of truth to that. That's for sure. I watched an hour documentary the other day. I was in feeding those tortoises and just flipping through channels. What was I looking for? The weather, Spirit Airline, which is I really feel bad for Spirit. I don't keep in touch with them. I knew a flight attendant there and two pilots. It's just sad they lost their jobs. Fucking Democrats caused that too, by the way. They did. Yeah, I think they should have got a government loan. It was a poorly run company, but it could have been turned around. No, it's better. It's actually better. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, doing fine, yeah. It's actually better. The new streaming now. See, one of the problems when you have is converting digital music and playing it in a speaker, you need a DAC, which is a big part of the expense in taking away. Really, what I'm paying for, like in this system, which really isn't that, this is nothing in a, a really quality system. I mean, I got lucky. My stuff's old and used and it all works. But 9 grand's fucking nothing. But what you're paying for, really, is taking away all the noise, all the extra sounds that come with cheaper systems, which is why it sounds so clear. The clarity, the articulation. You'll notice like when they hit cymbals and stuff, you can hear it trailing off. I mean, I'm getting better, but it's not like something you decide to do. I mean, I'm still like a baby, but I know like it's probably the biggest jump from knowing nothing till now that I'll make if I continuing to read and listen like this right here. This sounds so fucking good. It's not just like listening to it in your car. Hear the bass in the background? Listen to the bass. Actually, I mean, you probably think Bose is good. It's fucking junk. And you know why Bose? This is what Bose did. They were masters at marketing. They took away 3 frequencies because that's where the money comes in. Tweeters and woofers, they're just crazy expensive. So they took away 3 frequencies and they allowed you to play them loud. And to a hillbilly, he perceives that as good. He doesn't even know what he's missing. And Bose are experts at noise canceling headsets. I had them in my airplane. It's what they take away. So it makes sense. But they outmarketed everybody. Actually, they just bought Macintosh about a year ago and they're selling them through Best Buy. They're not the best company, but they're the best at marketing. Let me tell you, man, these people that make these amps and stuff, they come and go like the tide. It's fucking insane. Marketing wins. It just does. I mean, there's better software out there than Microsoft Windows. Problem is you don't know about it. I'll tell you, I haven't done it, but I was just looking at him tonight. If you ever get a chance to go to an audio show, they have them all over the world. A professional audio show. Go to one. I'm gonna go to one. And it's this kind of shit. I mean, you'll listen to $1.5 million systems. This company that makes these speakers, they got a new set of speakers out now that I think are $480,000. They look just like these, only they're bigger. And that's fucking insane. And if I was a billionaire, I'd probably have a set. I mean, why the fuck not? Listen to how good this sounds. Listen to all the subtle instruments. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a killer song. So it's like anything, you know, it's like you just get lucky. I mean, I think a lot of things happen with, like I kind of got into photography. I liked that since I was young. Writing. I actually wrote for a cardiology magazine for about 4 years under a fake name. That made sense because I was like, you know, I was always a terrible student, but the things that I liked I was okay at. And I just got lucky with a lot of things. Honestly, I got lucky with the prostitute interviews. I got lucky with moving down here. I got lucky with learning about meat. And I got lucky with learning about aged cheese. I got lucky with this music. I've been fucking lucky, man. No shit. I know this too. I do. I think that's, I mean, I don't know this for sure. You're always guessing. I think it's what makes me like animals and stuff, or the underdog. I don't know this for sure. But you just try and come up with assimilate why you're the way you are. And I think in my case, which could be totally wrong, it's just because I've been so goddamn lucky. Yeah, in a lot of ways, that's true. But I'm really basically a lazy fucker. Yeah, Mark really likes like music and shit. I like listening to this shit all day long. Just, you know, I buy, like I said, I'll go on, like, let's say Facebook Marketplace, or let's see, Craigslist, or like I know people down there go to estate sales. And I know that classical music's dead in the United States. I'm not trying to fuck them. Actually, I probably overpay for everything. And I just say, it's like, oh, this guy died. He was into classical music. He had 2,000 CDs, you know? It's like, what do you want for them? They give me a price. I don't even like counter it. It's like, comes out to like 15 cents a CD. It's like, yeah, I'll take them. I've got fucking boxes. These plastic things, I got fucking stacks of them in the garage. That's why you see this gooby gone in this cleaner, because I'm wiping off the cases as I'm organizing them. And what I've been having fun doing is I just like I got a bunch of CDs where like these whales are making noise. And I listen, I just plug one in, listen to it. It's like, fuck yeah, this shit is so fucking cool. No, I can't quite seem to get into opera, but I'm trying to. It just bores me. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah. I don't like that singing for some. Like, I don't like Shakespeare. I tried my fucking ass off. Man, I just can't get into that shit. It's just too boring. Now, books, I read like fucking music books up the ass, man. This is the one I'm reading now. And here's another one I'm reading now. Got a couple books on pain too. Read a lot of the gate control theory of pain. Even though I don't have pain. Not much. We just got these today. Gate control theory of pain is really fascinating. Another goddamn book I was reading. What the fuck is that? Got another book about a psychoanalyst and classical music. No, let me tell you, man, pain is all over the map. It goes both ways. A physical injury can cause pain that doesn't go away mentally. Look at phantom pain, missing limbs, people that have had missing limbs. The neuroanatomy associated with pain is insane. No, it's fascinating from a medical perspective, but that's why I say all the time, and I've talked to Stephanie about this, they need to have somebody come out and write a book about opioids and all the fuck that did people. You know, anybody that had like chronic pain, there's a litany of ways that you have it and you can't get rid of it. I got a friend of mine with a wife like that right now. Long story short, good looking blonde, like 50, looks 35, just Polak, freak genes, just a beautiful woman. She's a school teacher, but always in shape, you know, one little bit of cellulite and it was the end of the world. Eating fucking carrots instead of Hershey bars, all that fucking shit. And she's at the end of a school day, they're in the gym, and she is just walking down a basketball court, getting ready to go down and shoot some free throws with some kids. And she tears some goddamn thing that's ligament attached to her hip bone. It was 5 years ago. She's in chronic pain. It's ruined her fucking life. I mean, I'm constantly like looking for things. Callie has a problem with pain. So it interests me. I had back problems a couple times in my life a long time ago. So, I mean, I get obsessed with fucking shit. I mean, I'm a fucking lunatic in a lot of ways. I know this. And when I get on something like, you know, it's been classical music or like for some fucking reason, pain. And I just read about this shit. And I'm always like researching things for people. And I don't know why I'm the way I am. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. But pain is, from a physiological standpoint, is fascinating. And it's not one size fits all. It's very complex. No, yeah, knees aching. Yeah, my knees hurt too. And yeah, I mean, But I just think a lot of people got cut off these opioids that shouldn't have been. It did a lot of good for a lot of people. And let me tell you, I brought this up before too, but around 1996, what was happening is insurance companies, plaintiffs' attorneys, these guys that advertise on TV at night, and others, not just them, people were getting in car accidents. These fucking juries were handing out these just insane awards for pain and suffering. Well, it's subjective, right? What the fuck is pain and suffering? How do you measure it? Well, the insurance companies measured it because they were getting it broke off in their fucking ass all over the country. So what ended up happening was that the insurance companies went to the federal government. They said, hey, look, we're not going to be in business very much longer. This motherfucker's getting rear-ended, and they want $1.5 million settlement and soft tissue injury. We think he's full of shit. So the government came and had a 10-day, 7-day meeting with the American Medical Association. This is the federal government. This is no shit. I can get you all the details and dates on this if you want. And they said, hey, look, you motherfuckers are not addressing pain properly. These fucking insurance companies are about ready to go out of business. That's how opioids got started. With new research, because they were going to be out of business because of these crazy fucking jury awards for pain and suffering. That's how the whole goddamn thing got started. The government criticized the medical community for not treating pain appropriately. Now they're trying to blame them for causing the fucking addictions, which is fucking nonsense. Now you're always going to have egregious examples of some cocksucker Indian down in West Palm Beach, Florida, fucking selling 10,000 of them today to fake patients. I'm talking about the other fucking guys that wrote them properly for people that got relief. And then once the media gets a hold of this fucking shit, anybody that manufactured an opioid for medicinal purposes for pain relief is a fucking villain that ought to be executed, and they sue. Well, but let me tell you this, man. You can't show me the data on the people that didn't get addicted. That's the fucking problem. No, you see, it isn't. If you're saying that you think that's the same thing, see, that's what caused the cigarette companies the problem. They caught them fucking lying about spiking the nicotine. They had data to show that nicotine was highly addictive, and they made it fucking worse. And they got caught perjuring themselves. It was not like that with opioids. It was not. You won't find any of the... Give me the names of some books of opioids that the Sackler family manufactured, whose life got better, they improved, and they're doing fine. You can't fucking find one. I mean, once you get this runaway train, you're going to have addictive personalities regardless. But I really don't think... look at fucking alcohol, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? So I just think that the opioid industry... And by the way, this stuff is still being prescribed. It's just not by scumbag Indian doctors in West Palm Beach. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't examples of bad people doing bad things, but this notion that, this thing was devised and they were lying to people about becoming addicted, it's fucking horseshit. Cigarettes, for sure. It's proven. I can give you depositions and show you where they got caught perjuring themselves. Alcohol, for Christ's sakes. I mean, how about you want to write a book about the people that enjoy alcohol, that never got a drunk driving ticket, that are doing fine? I mean, it's just fucking nuts. I just get so tired of everybody throwing everybody under the bus on just skimpy fucking scant information. Fucking bullshit, man. Sucking a pine tree. I mean, who fucking knows? Pain is complex, man. I mean, to prove that to yourself is just look at phantom pain. Fucking, their damn limb has been missing and it still hurts. I'm telling you, it turns into a neurological issue. Fucking nuts. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's very complex. I'm not talking about chronic pain, not like catching your pecker in your zipper. It's fucking weird, man. I mean, I certainly don't have the answer to it, but I read a lot about it. Read the gate control theory of pain. It's fascinating. Look up, I've mentioned this a million times, Dr. Daniel Claw, C-L-A-U-W. He's a pain expert at the University of Michigan. Kind of a nut, a big medicinal marijuana guy. But he has excellent lectures on pain. They're on YouTube too, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, pain is fucking weird. It's like, how do, like, trauma, you look at Vietnam vets as an example. I mean, you get guys that came out of the rice paddies that saw their friends killed that are neurosurgeons, and you got another 10 that have been drug addicts ever since. And it's just, it's like I said, it's not one size fits all. Yeah, pain's a tough one though. Yeah, painful. I'm gonna show Stephanie some pain when she visits, but it's a good pain. If you gave me like a year to come up with all sorts of information and just research the fuck out of it. Yeah, here's another thing too. Hey, Maxa, honey, is that I know of instances, not like close friends, but you get on pain medication for whatever reason. This is a kick. Listen to these instruments in this. Listen to this. Listen to the drums. Oh, wow. Yeah, I sympathize with people with pain. But the point is, I know people that have, for however you get there, right? You're going to get to a point where in your mind, you've got pain. You're going to get cut off. I know people that have been arrested for buying like dope to try to alleviate their chronic pain, which sounds fucking insane. But I also understand it. Yeah, dope. Medicinal marijuana. This fucking music sounds so good out of this damn thing, man. Can you tell how clear that is here? I mean, does this sound different than like a radio to you? Oh, is it? Yeah, see, that's how I got hooked on this shit. That's how I got hooked on this shit. Listening to that one on YouTube. This is one of the best buys I've made in a long time. Also, my coffee maker. I mean, Starbucks is like bending you over. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my bedroom looks the same, too. Stephanie wanted me to turn it into a bondage chamber. Yeah, no, it's fucking, in the whole scheme of things, to like get something. If you told me to go out, it's like, here's $9,000, get me the same thing, I'd have a hard time doing it. I've already had people email me and said, hey, how did you like get this shit? I already referred them to my buddy. Yeah, and coffee's supposed to be served at about 203 degrees. Yeah, it is expensive. But like that guy that runs the place now, you go in there, you're not swatting cockroaches running across the fucking thing. They've created a brand name that people like to associate themselves with. I get them, and I know I'm getting fucked. That's pretty good marketing. I keep going back. It's either that or you go into the Indian gas station and you pull this fucking spigot and it's out. And it'll be 20 minutes for, that kind of fucking shit. So to get in and out of Starbucks, and you got decent people with a decent vocabulary in a clean building. I mean, fucking hamburgers $10 a pound now. I mean, I know it's a fuck job, but I accept it. Oh, fuck yeah, man. No, I make myself an ass kicker coffee in the morning. It fucking blows Starbucks out of the water. If you gave me a food truck and I parked near a Starbucks, I'd put those motherfuckers out of business. Charge $3 for it. You got to sell a lot of goddamn coffee, man, to pay for those properties Starbucks has. That my favorite one went out of business. They didn't even make it 2 years. I mean, I met a guy that worked for Dyson, the vacuum people. He won a big lawsuit against, I think, Hoover. And he said those motherfuckers were impossible to work for. He worked for the family after they had settled the lawsuit. But it just goes to show you marketing, Dyson, man. Bose, Starbucks. That's where it's at. How could a fucking cup of coffee be worth $10? Well, they treat you nice. You're not swatting cockroaches. They own their buildings. They own their building. They do rent too, though. Some places they rent both. Yeah. You know, Texas Roadhouse just took over as the number one grossing restaurant in the country. Those are well-run businesses. If you like steak, you can't beat them. Mickey D's are all leased. They don't own any of them. Rent and service fees, they call them, to the franchise. You know, these franchises are trying to get the fuck away from that with these unstable economies. You know, McDonald's at one time was the largest commercial real estate owner in the country. And they probably still are. But I know, like Tim Hortons, stuff like that, they don't want to own that building anymore. Walmart's doesn't own any of their buildings. No, I really enjoy the hell out of it. You know, when you're fucking around playing this stuff, it's crazy how fast a whole CD goes by. Let's see here. Do you like Roberta Flack? Let's listen to that earlier. Let's see, who else do I have? I did put some of my music ones up. Rock music ones up. Let me play you this sonatas by John White. Jonathan Paul plays it. Just another freak, super fucking genius. He killed himself shortly after Christmas. Another chronically fucking depressed guy. Fucking went nuts. An Oxford grad, just a super fucking genius. Like Glenn Gould, just a fucking weirdo. I mean, poor social skills, you know. All these really, well, I shouldn't say all, but many of them. Martha Argerich. She'll go in there and the lights are too bright and say, fuck this. Cancel the fucking concert. You go down the street and she's playing to a bunch of homeless for nothing. They don't give a fuck about any of that shit. But this is like crazy good fucking piano playing. Oh, it's raining. At least we're getting some fucking rain. I'll play this. I mean, this is like great stuff. Yeah, get one of those electric kettles like I got, and a good tumbler, and these little bullshit paper things, and do a pour over. So good. Yeah, I'm getting some, but it's bullshit. No lightning and thunder. You know, I had that horse group come by a couple weeks ago. These like mini stagecoaches, and they wanted to like use my yard or a resting period. It's like, yeah, no problem. Well, anyway, I left the bucket out there, and I thought, you know, just for the fuck of it, I'm going to fill that thing up to the top and see if the birds take a bath. Fuck, man, you wouldn't believe it, man. I got to start taking more videos of it. I bet I saw 500 birds bathing in there today, so I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to get I've got AC power in the middle of my yard, between my yard and the street. I'm going to get a good sprinkling fountain so the birds can like take baths all the time. It worked way better than I thought. Instant Karma, do you still work? Yeah, I fed him today, actually. Oh man, birds are just. I saw 6 cowbirds flying over today. They noticed it, circled down, they bathed for probably 20 minutes. I'll put my cameras, my GoPros near there. Oh, okay. See, what I've found that, at least so far, that I like personally, I like these individual sonatas, individual piano playing. I mean, orchestras are great. And, I'll see one Saturday, but I like this the best for some reason. Yeah, Dusty's a great cat. Yeah, he's a cool cat. He's a wild son of a bitch. God knows what Dusty's seen in his lifetime. How's your weather out there, Penny? How's it been? At least it's raining decent. See, like if I want to record a rainstorm, I've either got to guess properly. Is it going to be a lot of thunder noises or just rain? Because it makes a difference how I set it up. If I do it for just rain and it gets loud, the whole thing sucks. The opposite, it sucks. So I'm always kind of guessing what's going to happen, which of course is guessing. I mean, 2/3 of this shit that I record, even though a lot of it seems like it sucks, it is 2/3. It's even worse. Yeah, he's a great cat. Oh, it's human. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was 86 here today, I think. I never realized too, up until lately, I thought you just got a stereo and you plugged it in. I didn't know about all this, like amps and shit were so expensive. The power supply to the speakers. I mean, who gives a fuck? Well, as it turns out, it has a big thing to do with these things. Like, I never like playing records anyway. I don't like looking for them. They get a fucking fortune for them. It's just everything about them I don't want. Fucking needle, dust, all that shit. So all I have is a preamp, an amp, and a CD player, and then speakers. That's it. That's all I want. I mean, maybe someday I'll get fucking streaming, but I just, fuck it, man. I like having a CD, and just fucking dating myself. I still get about 100 books a month. I probably will never read them all, but they're here if I do. Oh, do you really have that kind of stuff, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, cool. I put that damn exercise pad stacking those videos. My fucking knees were hurt. My knees would hurt after I was standing on a concrete floor for a couple hours. Oh, okay. Did you sell that property you had, that extra property, or keep it? Yeah, it's crazy how sound is like created through music. Honestly, one thing I do think about like classical music, you see all the crazy shit people do. Like Evil of Humans. Classical music seems like the flip side of that. They write the music, they build the pianos, they make the paper companies that make the paper you can print the notes on. They build places where you can go watch them play. They build the car for guys like me to drive there. The electrical power plants to power and air condition them. I mean, it's the other side of the evil of humans, the capabilities. Yeah, it's like, instead of just being like fucking nuts. Music is fucking complex, man. I mean, there's a lot of shit to music. It's not just like liking to play the guitar, you know what I mean? I mean, over here, these classical musicians play for fucking nothing. They all have like 8 part-time jobs. The lady that is the first chair violinist at the Augusta Symphony I go is like, went to some Moscow conservatory, played all over the world, master's from Yale, PhD from Georgia, and still works like fucking 11 part-time jobs and teaches. Her husband's a percussionist in the symphony, which is kind of like the harpist, like the redheaded stepchild, but they're necessary. Like this one that I'll be going to Saturday, I'm sure he'll be fucking earning his pay. Symphonic dances. But a lot of the classical music that I've at least went to see so far, they don't even have a fucking harp. I mean, I think a harp's cool, but it's kind of the redheaded stepchild of the orchestra. I mean, I got a lot of CDs on like bassoons, oboes, clarinet, saxophone, and on this symphonic dances Saturday, there's going to be a like super famous amateur that's playing a saxophone, which I've never, in any of the concerts I've went to, I've never seen a saxophone used. But I did listen to it tonight in another program. I sent it to you, Frisky, and I did. Those were notes I'd never heard played from a saxophone before, which was kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to this. $82, sit right in the front row. Fuck, it ought to be like $200. That's not the best seat for sound, but I like watching them tuning their instruments and fucking around before it starts, setting up. So here, how clear that piano is, isn't that? See, if it does get a little humid though, I turn that fan on. I really don't like air conditioning that much. I try not to use it. Not because of money, but because of, this is a brand new building, so with spray foam. So it's as good as it gets. But on the other hand, it gets awfully hot here. But I'd rather have a light breeze. I don't think I ever could take the fan full on. I get too cold. You know, it's one of the number one way older people get pneumonia. Fan blowing on them in places where they don't have air conditioning. Mm-hmm. You know, I paid the contractor to put these bookshelves in there. I'm glad I did too. God knows what it really costs. Sure up the fucking ass. They'd have quoted me a price, and I probably said I'll do it myself. I didn't want to know because I didn't want to do it. I was partying. You ever use Goo Gone? You gotta watch what you put that on. That'll really take away a lot of shit. Cleaner. Well, you guys, I think I'm gonna sign off. Hope you have a good night tonight. What's left of it. You party on tomorrow. Penny, good seeing you. Frisky, you nighty night. Instant Karma, good night. Anybody else out there I missed? Mexa, honey?